Hello everybody, this is Karl Sandoval here, and I just thought I'd get another video going here. This is a video that precedes the last one where we were working on template alignment. So this video, as I had spoken previously, would be regarding doing the control cavity routes here on our star body. So we're continuing on with this series, and I hope you enjoy this video. What I'm going to do is kind of explain a little bit here. The last time we left off was I was putting double-sided tape. I don't know if you can see that, but it would be right there. Double-sided tape on the body here, which would be actually the back of the body. Here's the front of the body right here. This would be the front, and the template's put on the back, and it's got all the route cavities that will fit in this pin, which is located right here. This is a plunge router that I featured, and it will go up and down via a foot switch, a foot pedal on the floor. So I put a little bit of wax on the tabletop and on the back of the template, so we get a little bit of wax here, not much at all, and then a little bit of wax on our table. This is just pure paraffin. It's candle wax, and what it does is it gives you a slight slippery feel and movement, easy movement of your template on this surface. Typically what you should do is use like a steel wool or 600 sandpaper with a little bit of light oil, and always sand your tops of your metal tables, and that'll help keep any rust buildup, any corrosion. But if you're using something quite regularly, then you don't really get much buildup, but periodically you do have to do that. This is a 1/2-inch pin, and this is a 1/2-inch router bit. That's a straight 2-fluke carbide bit. I've got air, which I can blow away debris. You'll see me use all this, and you know, my on and off button is up in this direction here, and so let's go ahead and proceed with our routes. What we're going to end up with is on the neck pocket right here, it'll be 5/8 deep. We've got a humbucker here, which will be 5/8, and then we have our tremolo route, which would go all the way through. The humbucker also has the places for the humbucker tabs that go into the body. I usually route those about 1 1/8 inches deep, but the pattern that you see coming out here will be the pattern that's on my template. So I'll eventually do a video on making templates, but this shows all the routings that I may or may not do, or may do, and their scaling is in perspective for the build of a guitar. So it just saves a lot of time now. So let's proceed with the routing, and bear with the noise, but this is the reality of it all. Just a real shallow route, just so I can see where my slots are going to be. Now, just as a precaution, you never want to keep your hands placed in front of that high-speed router bit. So, if you notice, my hands are on the right and left-hand side when I route. So, if you're running machinery like this, if you're going to do something that's got sharp blades, or it's heavy, or whatever this procedure, following along with what I'm doing in this build, you're doing so at your own risk. So really be careful. I don't want anybody to get hurt, and if you have any questions regarding how to I said, if you're going to route, you're doing so at your own risk. pocket, our single rear humbucking, and a tremolo slot that goes all the way through. So one of the things that I wanted to point out was, you saw me taking measurements as I was routing down here. I use this as my source. Since this is routed all the way through, I'm able to get correct depth cutting measurements here, and if I go too deep, I can make adjustments before I actually come and do my neck pocket. This, based on the type of necks that I build and the type of guitar this is going to be, that it's set neck, this has to be 5/8 exactly. The pickup slot has to be 5/8, and then these humbucker tab slots, they have to be 1 1/8. And then of course the tremolo route goes all the way through. But instead of me trying to guess 5/8 of an inch on the depth stop, I don't have a measuring device on the router. I mean, there probably is some setup, but I've never used it. I always like to get an accurate route here, and I don't want to end up routing too deep. If I go shallow, that's fine, but if I go too deep, then I got to glue wood on it, and you know, that's a whole nother ball game. But so I take my measurements down here, as you saw me do. Periodically I blew off the dust, but as I'm routing down to my depth, it doesn't matter if I get any debris underneath the template. There might be some, and if you have debris, what it'll do is elevate and give you a deeper route. But I'm not taking measurements as I'm going down. I'm just cutting down roughly. And it's not until I get to the very end that I make sure I've got a clean table, clean template as much as possible before I actually do my routes. And when I'm routing the template, using the template in this body and routing the neck pocket, when I route the neck pocket area, I really hold down my templates at this point right here. Let me do this again. At this point right here, I press down on that because I want a nice flat route. My templates, unfortunately, I deal with Mother Nature and wood, and they're not perfectly straight. So, you know, these are tips that I know and I've dealt with all along. So, there it is. This is basically the routing that you're going to see if I took off the template. We can take that off right now, as a matter of fact, because we're done with this. The template just comes right off real easily. There it is. And here's our tape that's on the body. This tape just comes off. It's a double-sided tape that I use that's, you know, there's a variety of them that are out there. And, you know, most of your big box hardware stores will have stuff like this. But I just peel it off, and there's the back side of the guitar. You can see we still have to do a control cavity route. That'll be in our next video. But there it is. There's our routed body. We're moving right along. This guitar is starting to take shape from glued up billets of wood to a completed guitar, and it's looking good. So anyway, my name is Karl Sandoval. I'm a custom guitar builder, if you don't know. I repair and work on both electrics and acoustics. If you like what you see, please like my YouTube page, and if you haven't subscribed, by all means subscribe and help this endeavor of supporting what I do. I also have a Patreon page. I'll start to shoot videos that are a little more in detail and explaining everything, and you can send me a text via carl@karlsandoval.com, and I would really like to receive questions for my Q&A YouTube videos that are coming up. I've already done one. I'll be doing more, so it gives you an opportunity to ask any question that that is civil and honest and sincere. Anything that's derogatory, any comments or any questions that are full of, well, we all know the hate, they will be discarded, blocked, disposed of. This is a positive channel here, and I want it to keep it that way. All the mockers, all the negative comments, and all the haters, and they're going to be blocked, and they'll just fade away in time. But thank you for all the positive support and all the positive comments. If you feel inclined to make a small donation and contribution to my videos on YouTube, you can pay me through PayPal. That's Karl at karlsandoval.com, and I get a lot of people that are admiring what I do. I'm up to quite a few videos now, and it's just going to keep increasing. And as much as I love the comments, thank you, I appreciate it. And what I'd like to see now is some those that are appreciating what I do, just throw some contributions and support my way. I'd really appreciate it. There's a lot of needs here that need to be financially taken care of, and I mean, I can do it. I don't need it, but there's a lot of information that's being thrown out to you, and it's kind of like a generosity if it's within your heart to contribute and help out. So, but in all cases, I do appreciate it. If you can't afford it, that's fine. I'm not going to demand anything. I'm always going to ask because I need the support. Also, continue on with the views. If you can see my videos all the way through, I've got a lot of them, and there's going to be more. I would really appreciate it. I'm really close to my subscribers goal, and I would like to build up my public viewing hours, so this is something we need to work on. But anyway, I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this has inspired you. And by the way, this method could also be done by hand with a hand router, and with templates that are sold from companies that are out there on the internet. So this is just the way that I do it. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you, and maybe down the line I'll get into doing some of this by hand so you can get an idea. But it's basically the same thing, where you're going to need a template, and it'll have the routes cut in it that you need for whatever pickup arrangement, whatever pickups, bridge, neck pocket, control cavity setups. I mean, it's all good, and it's all there. So anyway, thank you so much. God bless, and I appreciate you watching my videos. Until the next one, take care.